All right, welcome to Empower and Be the Change team call. I know that it's summer. I know there's people that will listen to this replay that are not on, and I know there are people hopping on, but we are excited to help you guys rank up. So we wanted to, me and Jess just did a lot, like a 90-day push to Emerald. And I know a lot of you guys helped us get there, right? We all kind of dug in together. But I know there's a lot of people that want to do a push to get to their next rank. And so Jess and I want to help you guys do that. And we want you to know that this is 100% for you guys. We want to show you all the things that we have done, and we want to support you, and we want to help you create realistic goals, and we want to help you take realistic action steps, and we want to help you get there. So this call is going to be all about you mapping out your rank up and what it's going to take to get there. Jess, do you want to do shout outs?
Yeah, I mean, if anybody has any, you can shout them out now. I know there's not a ton of people on the call, but we'll upload the recording. So if you have a shout out, this is the time to do it.
And that's okay if you don't. You can also chime in anytime if something comes to mind. Feel free to chime in. All right, so let's just get right to it. I want to start by just sharing an example with you guys. I did a post about running, and I just went and I ran 11 miles, and I did it without any running training. Okay, so I wanted to share my experience because I've had a lot of mindset blocks towards running, because when I would run 2 years ago, I would have such excruciating pain in my hip that it would be like somebody lit a match in my hip and it was burning and it was on fire, and I would be in pain and it would wake me up at night. And I thought that I was going to have surgery. But I wanted to do like everything that I could do to avoid it, right? So I switched gyms. I started going to a physical therapist. I started opening my mind to what I'm doing right now isn't working. So I need to do something different to get a different result. And so I stopped running because running wasn't working for me. I stopped stretching and doing yoga. I mean, not 100% stopped, but like that was like my main focus, because I thought I'll just stretch, I'll stretch. It'll get better. And I would try and then it wouldn't get better. I thought maybe if I just run, like my body will break through it, or, wasn't working. And so I had to change my approach. And so for 2 years, I changed my approach, or for a solid year, sorry. For a year, I did the yoga and the run, like I tried to run on and off. I tried to stretch it out. And then all of the last year, I changed my approach, and I went to a physical therapist, and he told me I have imbalances, and those imbalances are causing this pain, and I need to strengthen my glutes and my hamstrings, which is what I usually neglected, right? So the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because a year ago, if you would have said, Nicole, in a year, you're going to run 11 miles without any pain and it's going to be amazing, I would have been like, there's no way. Like, I honestly thought I would never run more than a mile again, because that's how bad my pain was. And so I want you to think about your future 1 year from now. And I want you to think about where you want to be. What feels like an unrealistic goal, but you like wish so bad that you could be there, right? And I want you to know that that's possible for you if you put the work in the right areas. And if what you're doing right now isn't working, then you just need to tweak things and change things and strengthen different muscles and take different actions to get the result that you want. I also wanted to share, when I started running, I thought, okay, I'll go 3 miles. If I'm in pain, I'll stop. But my goal was to try to push to 6. Okay. I have to say, if I was running that on my own, I would have probably been toasted at 2 miles. But you guys, I was in this massive group. And when you're running with a massive group of people that are like, we are going to 26 miles and we're not stopping 1 second before that. you feel that energy, you feel that drive and that passion and that determination. You feel everyone's energy working together, and it lights you on fire. And honestly, I looked down at my watch that Plexus gave me, my little Fitbit watch, and I was like, dang, I'm at 6 miles, and like that flew by. Like, I feel so good, right? Because I was moving with the energy of the group. And I wanted to share that with you because it just like, it hit my heart so strong, because like, there's no way I could have made it to Emerald without my team, without a group of women that were supporting me, that we all were supporting each other, lifting each other, running together, cheering each other on. Like, sometimes when I'm having a hard day and then I'm in like a group with you guys whether it's in a message thread or whether it's like in person at an event, I feel your energy. And you guys, that 100% is why I'm still here. So if right now you are running alone, I want you to know I've ran alone before, but when you eventually start running with a group, you will. If you do not give up, and if you start doing the right tools to get you there, changing and tweaking things to get the result that you want, when you start running with a group, you will feel so much passion. And then it'll suddenly just like bump you up, and you'll just be like, oh my gosh, that last 6 miles felt so good, or that stretch from Ruby to Emerald felt good, or, whatever it is, whatever your next rank is. And so I know that we get in our mind a lot, at least I do. And I think that I'm not alone on this. We get in our mind a lot of like, I'm stuck here. Like, I remember when I was at Ruby, I was like, I'm stuck. I don't know how to go forward. I don't know how to get there. Maybe I'm never going to get there. Maybe I don't have what it takes. Like, we cannot see the future. We cannot see what is being created right now. But then when you look back in hindsight, 1 year from now, you are going to blow your own mind. You're going to be like, I never thought that it would feel so good to be where I'm at. So Jess and I talked about this, and we really, really want to help you guys take the right action steps to get you to the goal that you want. If you are not yielding the goal that you want, we just need to change the action steps a little bit, probably just a little turn, a little tweak. Okay. And we want to help you get there. And we want to help you push through mental barriers, because mental barriers will hold you back more than anything else. I want you guys to know 100% you are capable. And so if you have a pen and paper, and I hope you do, and if not, just jot one down on like a sticky note or something. I want you to write down 1 year from now where you would want to be in this business. Now, I don't want you to write a realistic goal. I want you to write where you want to be, not like, well, realistically, like it took me this long to get to gold, so maybe senior gold in a year. I don't want you to be realistic. I want you to dream. I want you to put something that you think maybe isn't possible. I want you to put your 11 miles that you're like, I can't even run a mile right now. There's no way I'll be at 11 miles. I want you to put something that blows your own mind. Okay. And I want you to write it down on the top of a paper. And I want you to just put like, Teresa is Emerald at the top of a paper. I want you to put where you want to be, and then put a date. Be like, I'm Emerald by June 2022 or whatever, right? I want you to write that goal. I want you to start envisioning it. And then I also want you to write down your next rank. So do that, write the date, and then below that, write what your next rank is. And put like, so for Teresa, Teresa is senior gold. And I want you to write a date next to it of when you want to be senior gold by. And then me and Jess, like this is something that Jess did with Christy Jex, like when she was maybe senior silver or like silver.
I was like silver, barely holding silver.
Like she had just started sharing. She started sharing 2 years ago in June, the very end of June, like June 28th, maybe. It was the very end of June, and she went silver and she won like a wild card spot. And then we went to Bear Lake, and I was like so nervous. I'm like, I don't know what she's gonna think, because like it was very businessy, and I was nervous that the business would scare her away. And Christy Jex had her go up, and she had her do what I want to help you guys do right now. And I want you all to use it, but I'm going to use Teresa as an example, if that's okay. Is that okay, Teresa? Okay. And I know I have this written down somewhere. Jess, you might have to help me out, because I like last minute was like, I know that I have this written in a book somewhere, but so right at the top, I am senior gold. That's your next rank, right, Teresa? And then if you're anybody else on this call or watching the replay, I want you to also do this. I want you to write down your next rank. Okay. And then I want you to also remember, don't forget to write down where you want to be 1 year from now. You're big, scary. I don't think it's possible for me, but it would be really, really awesome if I was goal. Okay. I should have been more prepared, you guys. I've been like with family for like 5 hours for my nephew going on a mission. Okay. So, all right. You see, I wrote this on a piece of paper. I don't even know how long ago. I should have dated this, but it says I am Emerald. And I had to flip way back in an old thing. I wrote this probably a year ago, and it felt impossible for me. Okay. Number 2. So write a 1 or like a little colon or whatever you want to write by it. And then below it for number 2, I want you to write what your reward will be. Okay. So getting to senior gold, what is your reward going to be? How much money will you make? Get really clear. Like you could even do the math for senior gold. Like what is the bonus for senior gold, Jess? Is it 250?
Yeah.
So you could be like 250 plus like whatever actually, I like to do it like this.
I actually think it's 500.
What?
I think it's actually 500.
No, it's 500 for Ruby. I remember now. It's 500 for Ruby, right? Because 500 points and 500. Okay. So I want you to write down where your points ended last month. Okay. So if you just ranked or gold, Teresa, where did your points end last month?
125.
Okay, 125. That's amazing. You blew past gold. Yay. So 125. And then what do you need? How many people or orders? How many orders do you need to get to hit your next rank? So the next rank is 250, right? In points. So you need another 125. You need to double it. So write down like ended the month 125, next rank one, and like plus another 125, right? So write that down. You need another 125 points, and then divide that by, since you're fairly like new at growing, most of your points are going to come in your levels 1 through 3, and you get 5 to 6 points for that. So divide 125 by 5.
25.
Okay. And that would be about what?
25 points or 25 orders.
You would need about 25 orders to rank. So write down 25 orders to rank, and then like square it in or circle it or put a star around it or whatever. Okay. So you're getting clear on your goal. You're like, hey, this is my goal. My goal is to create 25 more orders on my team. Okay. And then below that, you're going to write your why. Why do you want to hit senior gold? What is the reward for you, Teresa? How much money would you make? You would make 250 in bonuses, but if you have 25 more orders, you could even like whip up the math real quick, right? Like depending on whether it's like a level 1 or 2, it's going to be a little bit different in price. So I'm just going to round down and like round to what maybe your average price would be. So like we know that if you sign up a level 1, you make about $35 in a month. But let's just say round it down to all be level 2s, it's like $29 or something like that, or $27.50. So we'll say $27.50 just to level it out, times 125 equals, did I do that right?
Times 25.
Times what?
25 orders.
Okay, $27.50. So we're erring on the cautious side. Times 25 orders is $687. Plus 250 is $937 on top of what you're already making. And that's not including any bonuses that they do, like the monthly bonuses, like enroll 3 and get 100. That's not including any extra bonuses. So that would be an extra like $937 the first month. And if all those people keep ordering, it's, going to be residual. So put on there $937.50 plus bonuses plus commissions, right? And then I want you to put, like, if you were making, I'll just say at Senior Gold, I was consistently making $1,000 a month in commissions. Is that about right, Jess? It was about 1,000 at Senior Gold, just in commissions every month. What would you do with that extra $1,000 a month? Okay, so I want you to anchor to that goal. Would you go get a new car? Would it create peace or joy in your family? Would you be able to take extra vacations? Would you be able to get out of debt? Like, what is your goal? What would that do for your family? What would that feel like? Like, put on the paper, what would it feel like to be there? What freedoms would that give your family? Like, I know for me, when I did it, a huge part of my why was putting my kids in the sports that they wanted, giving them the sports trainings that they wanted. It was getting braces for me and my son, and we're about to do that. It was getting a more reliable vehicle. It was being debt free. That was huge for me because we were in $30,000 of debt 2 years ago. Okay. So you need to anchor to the goal, because if we're just talking about money, it's really easy to just be like, just money, like all that work for money. Like, you've got to really find what drives you. Okay. Maybe it's donating to a charity, or doing like a dance class because you miss dancing, or whatever it is. Okay. And then I want you to put what your personal goal is below that each month. And then I like to also try to write out team goals. And I know that when we write out team goals, we can't make a goal for somebody else and they might not hit it. But your goal could be like, I'm going to create 3 silvers a month, or 2 silvers a month, or you know what I mean? Like, you can try to write out, kind of see how many points you think you could try to add in a month, and go big and go scary. Be like, hey, this month I'm going to go for 3 silvers. I've never done that before, but I'm going to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Don't be realistic. It's easy to want to be realistic and look to the past for what we're capable of. But we've got to realize that once the ball starts rolling, it's a lot easier. Okay. Like, when you're first starting to roll a ball, it feels so heavy and you're like, oh, like a big boulder. You're like, I can't get it to move. And it seems like so slow at first. But then once, like, you just pick up one new person, like, the ball could just get like rolling. And Becky Blackwell, if you can talk, take your speaker, your mute off, because I actually sent you a message earlier and I don't think you saw it, and I wanted you to share. Can you talk, Becky? She's like, leave me alone. If you can talk, just unmute yourself. But okay. And then the last thing on this goals list. Oh, Becky, she's like, Nicole, what are you doing?
I'm on the treadmill.
Oh, you are? You can finish and we can have you talk later. I just wanted you to share your experience a little bit with the business. Do you want to do it when you're done running?
I can. What do you want me to share about? Just my journey? Is that what you said?
Yeah, like you talked on a call a couple months ago, and I just had so many people like tell me how inspired they were by you. And I know that for you, like things were kind of slow getting that ball rolling, but I would just love if you could share a couple tips about what you did consistently with action steps, even when things were slow, and just kind of share that process with us. And how now you're like in awesome like momentum. I feel like you're doing amazing. Your team's on fire.
Thanks. So my journey did start off really slow. I was silver for an entire year. Senior silver wasn't a thing that first year that I started sharing. So I don't even know if I would have ranked senior silver, to be honest. I probably had enough people, but not enough ordering consistently every month to rank. And I will be completely honest, that first year was really, really hard. I had to really dig into personal development to keep my head right. Because when you're not enrolling people and you're seeing everybody else around you enroll people, you really doubt yourself and you question, like, am I supposed to be doing this? But I had a why of why I want to do this. And I take so much back to my own weight loss journey and my running journey now. Because with both of those, I've conquered things that I never thought was possible. And I've applied that to my business. I've continued to just show up as much as I can. In the beginning, it wasn't every day, but I made a commitment to show up at least 3 or 4 times a week, posting about Plexus. And I posted about my personal life, which was really, really hard for me. I was the girl that would probably post once a month before Plexus. And it was usually just like an update about my kids, their monthly baby picture or whatever. And so actually sharing my life was really hard for me, but it taught me that being vulnerable brought people towards me. And I was connecting with old friends that I hadn't talked to for a long time. They started watching my journey and they started getting interested in Plexus. And so learning to talk about stuff that was vulnerable gave me the courage to start talking about Plexus, because before, I would say majority of that first year, all I did was post like graphics, maybe before and after photos, and just typed up something. But after San Diego, it was Leaders Retreat. I really caught a vision after that. Katie had invited me as a guest to that retreat. And I just caught it. I caught the vision. I wanted to go all in. And, I just still at that point just didn't realize maybe how to do it exactly, because I had so many limiting beliefs. And so I really do think that first year personal development really helped me to really dig in and to know that I could do this. And so it was in the springtime. I was so nervous to talk out loud on my stories about Plexus. So I started talking about my running journey, something that I was comfortable sharing about. I wasn't so nervous. And then when I got comfortable sharing about my running journey, I started talking about Plexus. And I really think that's when people could connect with me, because you don't connect through a graphic very well. When you're opening up your heart to somebody and they can see how much you've grown and changed, they want the same and they connect with you, they reach out. And it was really, I did a 60-day push with Christy that spring. She had a challenge like Summer Sizzle, and I was committed. I showed up every single day for that. And at the end of it, I still didn't get any enrollments. And Christy said, don't focus on the results, just keep showing up. And it was like, I can say that like last year, day of convention, I got an enrollment that day from a girl that I had been talking to for probably almost a year. And she wanted to do the business with me. She did it for the first month, and then she got overwhelmed and she's just like, this isn't for me. She quit, and I was devastated. And I don't share that very often, but I kept pushing. I was like, there's somebody else out there that's going to do this with me. And so I kept showing up. I got Jody, I got Siobhan, and they started sharing with me. And Siobhan took off. She went gold fairly quickly. And it's continuing to show up. It really is. It's just, and you never know who's going to want these products. I got over my fear of asking people to to do this business with me. Not even like the business part of it, but just getting 3 people as an accountability partner, and that they can earn like 300, whatever it is that month. It changes month to month, but that month it was like $305. And I think that helped too, is to be brave and do things that I normally maybe wouldn't have done. I stepped out of my comfort zone, and I got a couple people from that. And then like Jana as a runner, I mean, she's totally taken off, and I messaged her maybe like a year before. She never responded to me. And then out of the blue, we connected in January, and fast start senior gold. Like, you just never know who needs these products. You never know who needs this business. And I've realized that I've got to show up so that whoever out there, the other Becky's out there, the other Jesses, the other Nicole's, the other Teresa's, they're out there. We just have to keep showing up so they can find us. And you got to really work through those mind blocks. And like, I have a huge why, and that really does keep me grounded to why I keep showing up to do this. So I don't know if that answered your question or not, Nicole, if that's what you wanted to share, but there you go.
Yeah.
Nicole, can I add something
Yeah.
as well? Becky, thank you so much for sharing. I'm working tonight too, so I'm trying to play double duty, but where Nicole and I are coming with this 90-day push, you guys, I want you to be open to being coachable. The biggest shift that I've had over the last year actually is very similar to Becky, and that's changing my mindset to I have to let people in. And I was not willing to do that for 18 months of my business. I really wasn't. Like, Nicole would be like, you need to stop posting graphics. You need to stop posting just about the products. Let people in. Let people see you. Let people know you. Let people love you. And that was something that I was not willing to do. I was relying on Nicole the whole time. I would only move when she moved. I would only want to work when she was working. I'd only want to get enrollments when she was getting enrollments. And the biggest shift for me is very similar to Becky's, when I was like, you know what? I'm done playing this small. I'm done doing this. And I want to do a 90 push with all of you. But you have to be willing to lift the weight. I cannot lift it for you. And Nicole didn't lift it for me. I didn't lift it for Nicole, but we linked arms, and we all can link arms here. And I want this for every single person on this team. I want this for all of you. I want the next rank for you. I want freedom for you. I want financial freedom for you. I want health and wellness for you and your family. And like, I hope none of you feel like Nicole and I reached Emerald, we're checked out. No, I am here for your 90-day push. I am here for the long run. I'm not going anywhere. I'm so passionate about helping people anchor their why and get it. And that's what Nicole and I are going to do over the next 90 days is we're going to challenge you guys to do things that are uncomfortable. For 2 years, you guys, Nicole told me to go live. And I was like, nope. I'm not going to lose followers. I don't do that. I don't go live. That's embarrassing. I'm going to mess up. I probably have a boogie hanging on my nose. Like, I'm not going to do it. And you guys, I started opening up. I opened up my heart. I talked about my infant loss. I talked about infertility, not even plexus related, but people got to know this, my heart. And when they can feel your heart, they know that you would not share something with them that did not change your life. If they're only seeing you through still pictures or graphics or testimonials of other people, they don't get to know you. And that's the biggest shift I think I've had over the last 6 months. And so Nicole and I I know Christy Jex has already kind of gotten her thing going, but we're going to do exactly what Nicole and I did over the last 90 days is when Nicole literally put the line in the sand and said, I'm going to Emerald and you're going Emerald with me in the next 90 days. And we're doing this. But she didn't lift the weight for me. I had to lift the weight. I could not rely on her. I had to rely on myself. I was my own accountability partner. I had to show up for my team. I had to show up for my sidelines, my downlines, my uplines. I had to show up, even though it's rough, you guys. I'm 31 weeks pregnant. And let's be honest, I would love to take a nap and not have to worry about a business. But that's not why I do this. I do this because I love these products. I love to help people feel better. And if you don't have that same passion, I want you to rethink of why you're doing the business. What makes you happy? Why do you want to move forward? Where do you want to be in 90 days? Because I know every single face on this call right now is capable of higher rank and blessing more lives in the next 90 days, but you have to be willing to put the work in. We can coach you all day long and you can rely on me all day long, but it's going to be you that makes that step and moves forward and is doing the uncomfortable conversations, is doing the scary posting, is doing the lives, is showing your face, is being vulnerable. Like, it's scary to be vulnerable, but I promise you, just like Becky said, I was being vulnerable, sharing about my stillbirth, and you would not believe how many people in my own life that are really good friends with me that have had stillbirths too, and I had no clue. And then we built a friendship, we built connection. She started to trust me, I trusted her. And little did I know, she's been struggling with her health for months. And now she's on Plexus. Like, not that I shared about that story just to get Plexus, like, people, but I want you to know people start to trust you, and they trust your heart, and they trust your passion. And you're not just selling Plexus to make $1. None of us are here for $1, right? We're here because we have seen life-changing results in ourselves and other people. And so over the next 90 days, you're going to see me post challenges, different posting ideas. I'm not going to create a Facebook group. It's just going to be in my team thread and Nicole's team thread. But like, that's where you have to make that decision. Are you willing to put forth the effort and lift the heavy weight and be coachable? Because there's a big difference. I was not coachable. Ask Nicole. She would tell me to do things and I'm like, I don't want to lose a follower. Like, I was a pain in the rear. And then over the last 6 to 8 months, I was like, you know what? I can't compare Christy Jex's progress to my own when she's doing live videos twice a week. I wasn't even doing any. But then I'm like, well, I'll never be like Christy Jex. I'll never be like Katie. Like, guys, those ladies are opening up and being vulnerable and sharing their heart and their passion of these products, not just through still photos and health information and all of that. They are opening up their heart and their world to Facebook. You don't have to make your Facebook public, but I had to stop comparing my success to someone else's that was actually putting the work in. And so I made that shift. It's a lot of mindset. Guys, 95% of this business is mindset work. It really is. Becky hit it on the head. You have to be doing self-care and mindset work. Even if you don't like it, even if you don't feel like it's for you, do it, because it will change everything for you. 5% of that is effort and sharing the products and helping people with their regimens and follow-up and retention and all of that. You just need to make the decision that you're saying to yourself, I'm not going to rely on my sponsor. She's there. Your sponsor's always there. And we're always here. Nicole and I will always be here. And that's why we're doing this challenge for every single person on this call. We want you to be successful. We want you to help your people be successful on the products, their health journey, and the business, if that's one thing they want to do. So you just need to now question yourself, am I willing to put the work in? Because it is a lot of work, and 90 days does seem like a long time, but if you show a little bit of percentage every single day for the next 90 days, it pays off. And it has for both Nicole and I, and we are here and we are committed to each and every one of you. And that's part of my why, is I want to help you be successful. I want to help you with your health. I want to help your people with their health. And most of the result of that, I want to help them with the financial aspect of it too. So that's where my 90-day push is coming from. And if you guys are open to this, I would love to have you guys just comment in the chat. Like, I'm in, I am ready to take ownership of my team, of myself. I want to be coachable. I want to do the things that you guys have done. I want to put the work in that you guys have put in, because I want to achieve these goals. So if you're committed, I want to hear from you. I can't see any of your guys' faces, so I'm just staring at Nicole right now. But you guys, Nicole and I have done this for a long time, and long enough to know what we've done and what didn't work to what we shifted and it worked. And we know and have the tools. We just have to hear from you if you're willing to do it. See, and Cassie, thank you. Cassie's in and she's ready. Cassie, we're going to be here every step of the way. And we know you're coachable, and we're excited to see what the next 90 days bring. So Nicole and I, and Teresa, yay. Like, Nicole and I have some awesome, oh, look at the baby boy. Oh, look at your son. We will have a lot of coachable things coming your way in our threads, but like, you have to be willing to lift the weight. We're there to help, like, guide you. What do they call it? Spot guide you. We're there to spot you, but you have to do the heavy lifting. And I promise it is so, so worth it. So Nicole, sorry, I had to add that because I am working too.
It's perfect. I'm glad you said that because I think it just goes hand in hand, like with everything shared. Like, I love what Becky shared. I love that she didn't give up even when it felt hard. And like, she really inspires me. I hope you know that, Becky. I really love you so much. And I'm so glad that you're here with us. I hope that you guys know, like, I want you guys to believe in yourself. I really, really believe that we can create whatever we believe is possible. Like, if you're constantly telling yourself, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it, then that's what you're going to create. What you focus on expands. I want you guys to set a focus for your month. Like, I felt so inspired by Michelle when she shared in Bear Lake. I don't know, I think most of you guys were there. Maybe Jessica wasn't. But she shared like 100 days of no doubt. Like, you could write that on your paper. I'm going to do 90 days of no doubt. I don't have time to doubt myself right now. I've got goals and I'm going to freaking create them, because go back to your why, because this is what it's going to do for my family. And then this is what it's going to do for other people's families. I love that Becky said, I just kept showing up because I knew there were other people out there that needed this. And you guys, I'm an emerald, and maybe you look at me and think that I don't have mindset issues, but they've kind of hit me a little bit the last few weeks. Like, I've been struggling with some thoughts, and I just keep coming back to, like, when I have thoughts like, oh, I hit emerald, but maybe I can't ever hit diamond, or, whatever thought it is, I just keep coming back to, but there's more people out there waiting. And you guys, you don't ever run out of prospects. Think of how many people live on this earth. How many people? And we think that, I've just tapped out. Like, I've ran out of people. I don't know anyone else. You guys, get to know other people. Put yourself in situations where you can get to know new people and meet new people, and use social media to meet people that you've never met before. I've never met Leanne. I get to meet her in 2 weeks. And we've been like talking about it like giddy schoolgirls. We're like, we're so excited to meet each other because we've never met each other. We found each other through social media. So if you're believing a thought that, like, I just don't know any more people, nobody wants to do this, those are all thoughts that are limiting beliefs. They're holding you back. And if that is what you're thinking, that is what you're creating. So replace those negative thoughts, just like Becky said, and think, I just know that there's someone out there waiting. That's what I tell myself now when I'm like, I just don't know, maybe nobody else wants to do it. I just say, I just know there's somebody else out there waiting, whether it's for the products or whether it's for the financial freedom. Remind yourself that there is somebody waiting. If you just keep showing up, you are eventually going to strike gold, hit a gold, somebody that literally goes gold, like in a month. But I want to share with you, back to what Becky said and Jess said about being vulnerable. Like, when they had that big shift, it was when they started being more vulnerable and open and letting people see them and talk about their life experiences. You guys, people do not relate to you over a picture of a bottle. If you post pictures of bottles, they're just going to scroll past it most of the time. Okay. It doesn't build connection. But when you get vulnerable and you're writing stories about your life or situations, when you're sharing a solution, people buy solutions. They want you to solve their problems. And what is the number? What's the percentage? 78% of people live paycheck to paycheck. Is that the right percentage, Jess? I don't know. Maybe I'm slaughtering it, but there's people out there that are praying for financial solutions. I was one of them for years, but heck no, I don't want to do a business. So find a way to connect with them. People are not just going to want to buy a bottle. They want to buy a solution. Talk to them about the problems in your life and how they've been solved. Connect with them and relate to them and be vulnerable with them. Oh, honey, I have a sad little boy. My husband was talking to me about this the other day because he's done summer cells before, and he would go out like year after year and didn't do like amazing. It was like a lot of rough summers of running into people that didn't want to buy product. And it wasn't until like he started talking to people about the way that he could solve their problem. I wish you should share that example that you shared with me the other day, Matt. You want to come share it?
Which one?
The one where you were like the door-to-door salesman.
Okay, so the example is basically like
Yes,
there, maybe this isn't the exact one. There was a pest control, and then I have to show a house.
Okay.
By the way, there was this door-to-door pest guy that came to our house, and like obviously doing a lot of door-to-door. Whenever I see them come up, I'm just waiting to hear what they're gonna say. And he had the recited pitch, right? The one that he has studied, the one like all the word tracks that he is supposed to say that is supposed to lead to a sale by his, sales leaders. And I've done this long enough to realize like, okay, he's just saying his pitch and there's no connection.
Share an example of it.
So anyway, so he did this and I said, listen, I was like, you got to stop right there. I was like, that's not going to work. Like in this neighborhood, it's probably not going to work because like you've
What did
already
he say
lost
to you?
me.
He was like
What? I don't know.
like the pitch that every door. So we have like a thing going up in the neighborhood where your home can
okay.
be.
So yeah, guys will come and they'll say, so we're looking for a few marketing homes that will, we'll give them a deal basically if they'll be a marketing home for us. And we're only looking for 2. And I was like, come on, man. I was like, so if we had 5 people on my street, you would turn the other 3 down. I'm like, that's not real. I'm like, you got to come at me with like, you got to connect with me. You really do. Anyway, so I was telling this kid, this other pest control kid, I'm like, listen, I'm not interested. I do my own pest control. But if you want to pitch my neighbor, let me like tell you how to sell him. And I was like, told the kid basically, here's how you connect with Bruce, my neighbor. And
Tell him
then
what you said.
and then
what
I
you-
was like, basically, you connect with him by solving the problem. And the problem in this neighborhood is black widows in the window wells. I was like, so don't go down your whole rabbit hole pitch. Just say what we've been seeing is a lot of people have this issue, and here's how we have fixed it for them. And he came back and he's like, dude, I sold him. That was great. I'm like, you just have to get creative and connect with people. You can't just do the out of the box, like it solves this, this, and this. Do you want to try it? You have to like get to know people,
connect
with
them
them.
and help them
Anyway.
solve their problem. Yeah.
I had to go show the Corbin's house. A
Okay.
random guy called.
Okay. All right. Anyways, I hope that explained it well enough, but pretty much what he's saying is that like people know if you're just trying to like sell them a product, right? Instead of really genuinely help them. And so that's actually one thing I love about Plexus is that like, at least with me and everybody that I've worked with, like we genuinely care. We want people to feel better and they feel that from you. They feel it from you when you talk to them, but they also feel it from you in the way that you post, the way that you're showing up on social media. And so you guys work on the mindset work behind what people think about you when you're posting. And then like, just get over it. Let people be wrong about you. Put yourself out there, be vulnerable. Stop it. I know you want to be seen. But like, just connect with people, right? Connect with them. That's really all it takes. And I know that you guys all genuinely love people and that you want people to have results, whether it's financially, whether it's in their health, whether it's both. For me, it was both, right? So, remember there's someone out there. Jess, do you want to add anything else to that?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, kind of to add, kind of what we were talking about a minute ago about like people are praying for financial freedom and financial relief, and that's something that Nicole was praying for. You guys, 2.5 years ago, that's not something I was praying for that I thought I needed. But now, fast forward 2.5 years into my journey, I absolutely needed financial relief. And you guys, I have a bachelor's in nursing. I work full time. My husband's almost a nurse practitioner. Like, we did not need the money, but we needed the freedom. And it coincides so closely to my why as well, because yeah, I went to school for 4 years and got a bachelor's in nursing, but I made $2,000 more this month being an Emerald than I ever have as a nurse. That speaks volumes to how generous Plexus is to help and bless lives. And guess what I do every single shift as a nurse? I'm working tonight. I'm on my lunch break. I am helping and blessing people's lives. I'm helping them feel better in a different way using Western medicine. But we have the opportunity to do the same thing without needing a bachelor degree. We can work from our homes. I'm sitting in a recliner right now. I work from the splash pads. I work from my car. I work from the grocery store. We have the opportunity to bless and find financial freedom and relief and even money, you guys, for every single person on these products. Like, why not share that? And Teresa, I have to give you props because you have come out of your shell and you speak more about this business than anybody on my team. And you do it so authentically and gracefully. And people are praying for that. They need this. You guys, we live in 2021. I feel a lot of people have to have two incomes to make anything work. With the house market getting going up, with COVID, with pandemic scares, with gas prices, it's you either have to work two jobs or both mom and dad have to work. And I never want to see the look I've seen on my kids' faces many times when I haven't been able to show up for them because I am busy working. And guess what? Now I can work from the sideline in my lawn chair, watching them hit their soccer goal and then quickly respond to a message if I need to. Let's find those moms and dads that need that financial relief. Let's help them make more than a nurse does. And you don't have to work 80-hour work pay periods. I am in this for all of it. I am in this for the physical and helping blessing lives. I've never felt better at 31 weeks. And I want to help every single person. I am looking for those moms and dads praying the way that I was 2 years ago, even though I didn't think I needed the financial relief. Nicole and I come from different backgrounds. And I know many of you, I don't know all of your finances, but everybody needs more money. I don't care how rich you are. Like, if you want to make memories, experiences, put your kids in sports, if you want to travel, if you want to donate to charities, like Brooke Hemingway donates thousands of dollars to charities every year. There are so many whys when it comes to this business that's what's helped to anchor my why. But this is where the 90-day push comes in. And I want this for all of you. I've already seen the health changes in all of you, and I've seen you bless other people's lives. Now I want the financial aspect for every single one of you. I want you to work from home. I don't want you to have to stress about leaving your kids in daycare. I don't want you to have to call off sick because your kid is sick. Like, I am in this for the long haul. So I am so passionate about this because it dawned on me this last month that I'm like, I can't believe I just made $2,000 more than I have the last 11 years of my career, working days, nights, holidays, weekends. I've missed out on so much. And Plexus, I don't have to do any of that. And I'm doing the same work in a different sense. So and that's why you see a lot of medical people in this field, you guys. A lot of people in Plexus are medical backgrounds because we already love to help people. We see the health benefit. We know the purpose of what it's doing in the root cause of helping people. And then you get paid and compensated. Like, we are pretty much people's gut health coaches in a sense. I'm a nurse coach. So I am excited to see what the next 90 days bring. I would love to see you guys be more open to posting on social media. Like 99% of my enrollments come from social media. You just have to be willing to put the work in. You have to be willing to talk about it. You have to be willing to let people in. So that's all I wanted to say, Nicole. I hope
That's perfect. Look, I have this guy strewn out on my lap, making me tickle his belly. Say hi. You need to go to bed. Okay, so I love that. And okay, you have to be quiet or you're gonna have to go out. Okay, lay down. I just want to add one challenge for you guys. Me and Jess are going to do little action challenges. You know how Christy Jax, she does these in Synergy. But I'll be 100% honest. If you give me too many actions, if you're anything like me, like, you got to stop or you're going to have to go out. If you're anything like me, if you have too many actions at once, you go like squirrel brain and you can't focus. Okay. I think I have ADD or ADHD or something. I don't know. Like I'm sitting today in like our temple session. And I literally am the only one that cannot sit still the entire time. I'm like, I am going crazy. I like need to move. Like I have to reposition myself. So like, I can't do like a lot at once. I want to do simple 5-step challenges like every day, or like we could do them weekly, where it's like, what are 5 things that you could do every day that will move the needle in your business? Like, wouldn't that be simple? You're like 5 things instead of being like, well, then I need to do this and then I need to do this. And then your brain kind of goes all over the place. I want you guys to have just like simple 5-step challenges, like each week, where it's just like, oh, I could do these action steps. Would that help you guys to be like more clear on like, what action steps can I do? Like focusing more on actions versus results. Like write your goal down and then in a sense be like, okay, now I'm not going to focus on the goal. I'm going to focus on the actions that are going to get me there. Okay. So you're going to, yes, the goal is the big, like the, like senior gold for Teresa is like the big goal, but it's like the action steps. Oh, good, Cassie. I hope that will help you. So let's focus on action steps for the next 90 days. I want everybody on this call to rank up in the next 90 days. Can we create that? I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to be like, okay, or maybe you can just message me and be like, I'm in. I want everyone here. Well, I probably won't. I'll be honest. Me and Jess probably won't. Our next goal is like double 1,500 points. That's give us a little longer than 90 days. I mean, maybe that's a limiting belief I have. Maybe I could do it in 90 days. Who knows? But I want all of you, like, I want you to know this challenge is not about me and Jess. Like when me and Jess talked about this, we were like, we want to help you create success in your business. We want to help you rank up. We want to help you bless lives. We want to help you find new leaders. So we're going to do 5 simple action steps per week that you could do each day, 5 days a week, 5 to 6 days a week. And then I want to just challenge you guys to talk to everybody about getting 3 people that are already on the products, whether they're getting, you know, it's easier if they're getting results, I feel like, in my opinion, but I want you to be creative and I want you not just throw it out there. Hey, do you want to get 3 people? I want you to be intentional at talking to your people about sharing. And we can do this in our action steps. Like, hey, today, focus on doing side-by-sides with people, focus on asking people to share in the 3-day group. You know, like we can do little action challenges towards helping people share. But I want you guys to see how simple it can be, because really, if you're doing the action steps for an hour a day, 5 to 6 days a week, you will get results. And if you do it for 2 hours a day, you're going to get even more results. And if you choose to do it for 3 hours a day, you're going to get even more results. You guys get to choose how much time you put in, right? So that's what we want to do. We want to help you guys create momentum. We want to help you guys break past mindset barriers. So I'm also going to drop some inspirational, like YouTubes you guys can watch or podcasts. But if you are not digging into your mindset every single day, you guys, your mindset will rule you. 10 to 20 minutes a day, mandatory. That is part of your hour. I always start my hour with 10 to 20 minutes of mindset work. I listen to something that's going to get my head on right, and then I dig in. That way my focus can be intentional. And if you guys hopped on late, please go back and listen to the beginning. I want you all to write down, coach me. Yes, I love it. I want you guys all to write down your goal for 1 year from now. And then I want you to write down your goal for 90 days from now. Okay. What your next rank goal is for 90 days from now. Okay. Write it down and we're happy to help you as well. But that's pretty much it from us. We will be actively helping in our threads. We can also talk to you guys privately. If you're like serious, I'm serious, I want to rank up, we will do a private thread with you guys. And we are always here to help give you guys ideas and to help you. So We love you guys. Jess, are you good? Do you have anything you want to add? Okay. We love you guys. We want you to rank up and we want you to be successful and we want you to help all those mamas that need an extra $500 to $1,000 a month or more, because they are out there praying to get out of debt. I promise you, even if they look like they don't need it. Okay. Love you guys. Have a good night.